Fuck going on, man? It's your boy Flavor Pack, and in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys legendary S tier hybrid builds. Now, this is going to be a different format from other, videos that I do, but I will definitely say, please pay attention because as you may not seen from my last video, I was talking about the TA-21. In this video clip here that you see, I am using the AK, but I'm also using reformation. So once again, I've told you guys before, I'll tell you guys again, once I, what I'm saying, put together a little bit. I mean, I have builds that I could just kind of just upload it, right? But I like to be able to surround the build around the gun itself. So like the AK, kind of like the TA-21 is a slow rate of fire gun, but it hits very hard. So I need people to kind of understand that based off of the situation that I'm in, kind of dictates what kind of weapon I'm gonna use. As you can see right here, I just half clipped this kid. And the only reason why I'm able to do that is because I put on a damage that is more based around base damage and, just having more damage. Now, in other situations when you're getting jumped or, what I'm saying, you're just outnumbered in general, you want to have a build that has a little bit more survivability, but at the same time too, you still need to be able to have the damage because you can have all the survivability in the world with the hybrid build, but if you're not killing anybody, your hybrid build, you're essentially just on the team to just, be a distraction. And, me, I can actually get in a gunfight and actually kill somebody. A lot of people can't do that with their hybrid builds. So, a lot of people would just look at a hybrid build and just consider you a healer, not, somebody that can actually do damage and consider you a threat. So, I would say that with the type of builds that you can and cannot use in certain situations, just really just depends on who you're fighting, what they are using. Um, Obviously, you're going to have some of like your go-to pieces when it comes to hybrid builds, Murakami being one. But really, in reality, if you've again done your homework and kind of like seen how I do my layout of hybrid builds, two-piece 511. If you do not have two-piece 511 in your hybrid build, you are making a huge mistake. I don't care who you think you are. You can make a hybrid build and then decide that you're not going to use two-piece 511. That is going to be your downfall. If you go back and look at my videos, I said this in the last video, and I feel like I got to give a bunch of history lessons to people for some odd reason because again, I understand that time has went by, so a lot of people don't really care for how things were when the game first came out, but two-piece 511 has been in my build since I've pretty much started playing this game, and a lot of people didn't even understand why I used two-piece 511 until I started actually making videos. And then once I made videos, people started to kind of drift towards, oh, well, if I'm gonna use a hybrid build, I gotta have two-piece 511. Then other pieces started coming out, so people started drifting away from two-piece 511, but it's like, why? It's still essential and you still need it. So it's like, if again, that is the key piece to any hybrid build is two-piece 511. If you want to not use it, that is on you. But if you're not seeing the same results as what you're seeing in the video that you watched that made you interested in even farming for the pieces in the first place, again, you need two-piece 511 to even be able to come close to mimic the gameplay that you see. All right, so outside of that, right, you got RNK. For me, I really don't like to use any other book bag other than Ninja Bike because Ninja Bike allows you to be able to make a one piece of a talent or brand set to two pieces. So again, with the 511, I can only have to use one piece and I'm getting the second talent for it. Um, RNK incoming repairs is actually the first talent, but you still get the second. So you really don't have to use RNK, but again, those are like those two go hand in hand. Now, if you throw on two pieces of RNK, you get 52% repair skills on top of that. So it's like having those three pieces, two-piece RNK, one-piece 511 with Ninja Bike, The other two pieces are kind of free. So again, I'm not really sitting here showing you S tier builds. I'm really just sitting here showing you like, yo, like take these three pieces, well, essentially four, but take these three pieces and build around them. Now, if you want to take away the 511, again, it makes it a little bit harder because now you got to make up for it on the mods when it comes to the income repairs. So again, I've given the sauce out before. Essentially, I'm doing it again. It's really not that hard, but at the same time, the play style itself is more so, let's think of a fighting game, and you got characters that you can use that their combos are easy to put together versus a character that dies very fast, but once you master his combos, it's almost impossible to stop it, right? Hybrid builds are kind of like, like the difficult, like a hard difficulty type of build to use, simply because you can't just run around and think that you're just going to stay alive forever. Somebody could break your hive. There's a lot of different factors that could play in and actually change the fight. So I need you guys to, again, pay attention to that and understand that. So it's not for everybody. So you need to understand that. But at the same time, you sit here and you spec into what you're trying to do in a fight, again, you will be able to pretty much create any type of hybrid variant that you want based off of these pieces. So again, make sure that you are taking the time out of your day to really sit there and actually think before you actually sit here and just say, oh, I'm gonna just copy a build, and you know what I'm saying? Actually sit here and think, because your roles could be wrong, a whole bunch of other shit could be wrong. But I digress. See you guys in the next video. Peace.